Mulan, which translates to Magnolia, has been an integral character and a symbol of female empowerment in the lives of thousands of women spanning across over 1,000 years. The story follows a young woman who disguises herself as a man to take the place of her father in the Chinese army. In this video, I will be focusing on two modern adaptations of the tale, Disney's 1998 animated musical versus the 2020 live-action remake, drawing a comparison between their portrayals of Mulan's character and female empowerment. But first, some context. The tale of Mulan had its genesis between the 4th and 6th century of the northern and southern dynasties in China, with the creation of the Ballad of Mulan. Her story was important for generations of women who were oppressed due to the sexist beliefs about women that were deeply rooted in Chinese traditions and culture. Men were viewed as the core of the family, having a daughter was considered disappointing, and women were viewed as weak and subservient to men. This is why feminism is crucial in Mulan's story. In Disney's animated film, Mulan empowers femininity. One way this is achieved is through the character's motivations. Her driving force is her emotions, her love for her family. However, in the live-action remake, Mulan is portrayed as far less emotional and lacks humanity. This can be best displayed through her relationship with her father. In the original, their relationship is one of love and empathy, even in the face of dishonouring her family, whereas in the remake, the dialogue is far more robotic. It reads as a relationship that is built on respect for her patriarch as opposed to a genuine familial connection, giving the idea that she only fights for him out of submission to him.
You are the daughter! Learn your place.
Mulan's real motivation is made clear by the fact that after saving the Emperor, she appears to accept his offer to work for him, which shows that her motivation was only to uphold the patriarchy. This is made worse by the fact that this version of Mulan is born with supernatural strength. Without establishing a connection with her family, it's hard to believe that she would have joined the army if she wasn't already a fighting machine. In the animation, she is still a valiant warrior despite not having these powers, further proving that she'd put herself in danger out of love. This also raises an important message about feminism. The animation suggests that every woman can be strong in her own way, while the live-action remake suggests that a woman has to have superpowers to be strong. When the animated Mulan is thrust into an environment of toxic masculinity, she refuses to bend to the traditional masculine ideals of brute physical strength. Instead, her strength is in her intelligence and resourcefulness. A predominant example of this is in the war, when she fires an explosive into a mountain, causing an avalanche that wipes out hundreds of soldiers without her laying a finger on a single one. This is important because she shows her male peers that masculine ideals don't always lead to the best solutions. The men climbing using brute force would never make it to the top. In contrast, in the live-action film, physical strength is all she has. This sends the message that if a woman wants to be respected, she has to reject femininity entirely and take on the traits of a man. In the animation, femininity is also embraced by men. After using brute force but failing to breach the palace, the men dress up in drag and employ Mulan's techniques, realising that masculinity isn't everything. Then, at the climax of the film, we see Mulan defeat Shan Yu by using her fan, symbolic of femininity, to take his sword. This moment is extremely important for empowerment, and it is abandoned entirely in the live-action remake. You can just see her submission in the way that she bows to the Emperor, whereas in the original, the men bow to her. In my opinion, this barely scratches the surface of everything wrong with the live-action adaptation of Mulan. With the removal of everything that made the original charming, we are left with a soulless cash grab of a film with a vapid protagonist who does absolutely nothing for the feminism that is so needed in China. In conclusion, when we think of Mulan, we should think of the strong woman full of humanity that we see in the original animated film, who empowers femininity by staying true to herself.